Hello and welcome into this week's women's edition of BTN Soccer Report. Kevin Egan alongside Aron Hyde. We'll take a quick glance now at the Big Ten tournament before the final, and what a tournament it was too, with Penn State and Illinois in the final matchup on Sunday for a chance to go on and play in the NCAA tournament. Penn State, of course, winning the Big Ten title, and what a game it was too. And that was our game of the week at Lakeside Field. And when the sides met earlier in the year, Penn State won by a single goal to nil. On Sunday, it was the Illini that got off to a flyer. Julie Ewing with a class strike into the bottom corner early on. Penn State and Maya Hayes looked to respond, but the Illini defence, and in particular Steph Pinozzo, were in top form. But the Big Ten champions forced an equaliser late in the half. Hayes with a wonderful hit for her 27th of the season. Both sides pressed for a second, and Vanessa DiBernardo on this occasion a little bit off. To overtime now, and DiBernardo found her touch, curling a beauty into the far corner to give Illinois the Big Ten tournament honours. 2-1 Illinois the final, and 10 out of 10 for Janet Rayfield's post-game dance moves. Well, a look now at Illinois' honours. They secure an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, and they improve to 10-1-1 in their previous 11 games. Now I'm delighted to be joined by the Lionel Messi of Big Ten women's soccer, Fighting Illini, Vanessa DiBernardo. Vanessa, this past week has been a roller coaster for you, but a good one. 3 overtime games, 3 wins, and you managed to hit the game winner in the final. So where does this week rank for you in your short soccer career so far?
Definitely one of the better ones, or the best. It was definitely a hard road, and we fought through it and ended up with the win, so it was really good.
Now tell me about that game-winning strike. The ball sat up nicely for you, but you still had a lot of work to do. So describe not only the goal, but your emotions as soon as you saw the ball hit the back of the net.
Well, the goal was a good touch by Nicole, and I just had to really just get it on frame because we were with the wind, and it was a pretty big wind there. But as soon as the ball went in, we were just all so excited and really didn't really know what to do. So we were just running around, hugging each other, and it was exciting.
Well, you're very modest, but well, the scene at Lakeside Field was brilliant afterwards. My favourite being Coach Rayfield's dancing. So was that scripted, or does she just decide to break out in a bit of freestyle every now and then?
Well, she kind of promised us if we won, she'd do a little dance for us, so that's really what it was.
Let's touch on your short career so far and maybe your ambition for future soccer career. Do you plan on playing in the professional ranks and maybe try and emulate your dad on the national scene for the US?
That is definitely a goal of mine. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, great stuff, Vanessa. Thanks very much for your time, and good luck this weekend against Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Well, great stuff from Vanessa there. And what a tournament it was too. Aron Hyde now. And Kyndra de St Aubin is on the phone to discuss the Big Ten tournament. Kyndra called the games for BTN. And Kyndra, a wonderful final, a great performance by, well, 2 stars really, Maya Hayes and in particular Vanessa DiBernardo.
Well, when you have a conference tournament, you always don't end up with number 1 against number 2 in the championship, but we did last Sunday, and it was a great game. And you're right, Vanessa DiBernardo, she came out to play, and it was proven why she was named the Big Ten midfielder of the year. She came through in overtime with a big goal.
Aron, your overall thoughts on a really thrilling tournament. Actually, you predicted the final, but you got it wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was built up for these 2 players, to fittingly play against each other in the final. Vanessa DiBernardo, managing to score the winning goal in the end.
You did, however, pick more winning games, I suppose, than Kyndra.
That's correct. And funnily enough, I actually went with Kyndra's alma mater, Minnesota, unlike Kyndra, who predicted them to lose.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
I did pick against my alma mater, but at least I got the final right. That's all that counts.
Exactly. And Kyndra, as a tournament, it was great to have it back. Of course. And did it live up to your expectations?
It absolutely lived up to my expectations. And you know what? You could just feel the energy when these student athletes and these women were getting off the buses, and they were just so energized for every single match. And I know it's a lot to ask of these girls. It's a lot of games in a very short period of time. But look at the energy that Illinois brought in the final. And they had played 2 previous overtime games, and they brought it. So I could tell that all the student athletes were really excited to have the tournament back.
Now, it was really exciting stuff. And of course, Penn State, Illinois, and now Ohio State have been selected to play in the NCAA tournament, which will commence shortly. So let's take a quick look at the dance. So we've got Illinois, Ohio State and Penn State. Now, Kyndra, you're a little bit surprised that Michigan State didn't make that.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that Ohio State did and Michigan State didn't. I thought maybe Ohio State could sneak in as the number 4 team from the Big Ten after Illinois, Penn State, and Michigan State. I mean, let's be honest, the Spartans were 14-6-1. So nothing to take away from Ohio State, but when you only have that many wins, when you only have 10 wins, I was a little surprised that they snuck in ahead of the Spartans.
Aaron, would you agree with Kyndra?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at some of the other schools that got into the postseason this year, Michigan can feel very, very unlucky to have not made the last 64.
Michigan State.
Yeah, that's right, Michigan State.
And Kevin, one final thought for Penn State. I actually thought that losing the final could be maybe the best thing that could happen for them. I think it's going to light a little bit of a fire underneath them because they've had so much success, and now they're going to be even hungrier now that they enter the NCAA tournament.
Well, they tasted, losing, and no team likes that. So let's go back to, let's take a quick glance at that graphic again to show what teams are playing this weekend in the NCAA tournament. Illinois face Notre Dame. Of course, national champions. It'll be a very tough game for the Illini. Then Army, Penn State, and Tennessee, Ohio State. Kyndra, what's your game to watch there from those three?
Well, my game to watch is going to be that Illinois-Notre Dame game. I mean, as you say, the reigning national champions, but Notre Dame with a bit of a down year at 10-7-3, but they are really fun to watch. But Illinois showed a lot of passion and a lot of skill in that championship game. So I think that may be the closest one. I think Penn State won't really have any issues with Army.
And Aaron, yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Illinois-Notre Dame, that's definitely a game to watch. And then also Tennessee, I don't see them having too many problems playing against Ohio State. Usually in and around the tournament each year. I think Ohio State, this may be a little bit too much for them after how they've done this season.
Okay, great stuff. Well, there were some fantastic moments in the Big Ten tournament this past week. So let's take a quick glance at some classic goals from that tournament, and we'll start off with star striker Maya Hayes, and this goal came in the final against Illinois. It brought the sides level. Hayes with a really class strike with the right foot, gave the keeper no chance, and that was her 27th of the year. In second place, we've got a goal from Marissa Mikens, and look at this for a solo effort. Turned the defender by 1, by 2, and around the third, and now what about that? Over to the far corner. Again, the keeper no chance. And that put Illinois into the final to play Penn State. But of course, the top goal and our selection for the best goal of the tournament had to be Vanessa DiBernardo. And this strike in overtime just showed what a class player she is, curling that ball beautifully into the bottom corner to give Illinois a really fantastic win. And I must say it was brilliant to see the Big Ten tournament back in action, and I think the Big Ten Conference knows now that it's there to stay, and it really was very enjoyable. So, Kyndra, we thank you very much for your time. Aaron, as always, thanks very much. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at BTN Soccer Report. Get your comments and thoughts into Aaron and Kyndra, and we'd love to hear them. So until next time, take care.